Hello everyone, let's start a new topic in engineering mechanics. A resolution of forces. Let's take the definition of this. It is defined as the process of splitting up the force, splitting up the given force into different component without changing its effect on the body. Is called resolution of force. So like we are having any body, like we took the body like this, on which we apply a force like this F, and it is the having the angle with the horizontal axis. It is the horizontal axis is x, y is minus y and minus x. It is having the angle theta degree with a positive x axis. If we are splitting that force into the two component, so then the effect on that body should not be changed. Effect should be the same like as a F force is acting on that body. Like if we are having the, we are splitting these forces into the Fx and Fy. Then what is the value of the Fx? F force will split with the two component like F cos alpha and F sin alpha, and the cos component always comes along that line where from we took the difference of angle. Okay, so we took the reference of angle from horizontal x, so that will be the F cos theta, and perpendicular of this we get the sine component F sine theta. So we can write the component of this is Fx is equal to F cos theta and Fy is equal to F sine theta. That will give us the magnitude, and according to this direction we get the direction that of Fx is this and Fy is this. It is, we can write also in form of the vector form, in form of vector, like F vector F is equal to Fx into unit vector along the x-axis, Fx Fy the unit vector multiplied with the unit vector along the y-axis. Okay, so that will become the vector form. Okay, so in some cases we are also in some books you may also find that we are splitting the force F into the force F and also multiply with the direction cosine of this. So since f x also we can write like f cos theta x, and fy is equal to f cos theta y. When we are taking the coordinate like this, x minus x, y minus y, and the force is f, theta, angle theta was same, we are assuming that theta is equal to theta x, and that angle 90 minus theta we are assuming equal to theta y. See, this is the f force is there along the x-axis. From the difference angle we took the theta x, then fx will be equal to the f cos theta x, and we took that reference angle from vertical axis, so here fy will arrive like f cos angle theta y, both the things like that. And we need to find out the resultant of it, so we fx square of this and fy square of this and took the square root, then we will get the resultant of that force. We can also convert, if we are having some value like this and this, we can also come to the resultant force like this. If we need to take the direction of, then for the direction it is having the horizontal vector, the horizontal line we will get like this fx, and the vertical fy like this, then resultant we get like this. So angle of that resultant angle will be the theta, so we can write like tan theta is equal to, why we are taking the tan theta, we are having the perpendicular and base both value, so tan theta is equal to fy upon fx. Then we get the, if we are writing anywhere like fx is equal to f cos theta, or fy is equal to f sin theta, or fx is equal to f cos theta x, and fy is equal to f cos theta y, all both the things are same, there is no difference between them. Okay, so since the value of cos theta x square plus cos theta y x square is equal to 1, how it's happened? Cos square theta x plus, what was the cos theta y was cos 90 minus theta was equal to, this is cos 90 minus theta is sin theta. Since theta was equal to theta x, so we put over here like cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1. Hence we can also use like this and this. Such kind of things we generally using in mechanics of solid, and also we will get in mechanics also. Let's take some examples. Resolution of forces. Example 1. in which we are having the body like base like this, in which we consider the body like this. Here we are having the point from which we took the reference, the x-axis like this, and vertical is perpendicular to this, and that is suffering any external force F with beta angle with y-axis. So component of that force will be along the y-axis will be F cos beta, along the x-axis direction is outward from the point, so both the component have the direction is outward from the point. So F sine beta. So we can write like FC, direction of x-axis and the value of component are the same direction, so that will be the F positive, F sine beta, and like Fy is equal to F cos beta, because both are having component having the same direction along with the axis. We are taking the example 2. Here we are having the base like this, on which one component like this, in which we are having the point like this, on which a force is act. So have on which we are taking the x-axis in this direction and the y-axis in this direction. So and one force F which is acting on that point, which is having the beta angle with this axis like this. So that angle will become the, actually this is a straight line, that angle will be the 180, so it is pi, and this is beta, so that will be the pi minus beta. We can split that force into the two component, like one is perpendicular, other one is along the y-axis, and direction is going towards the hinge point. So the direction will be like this. This is the F. We are writing over here, not sufficient space is there. F cos pi minus beta, and here we are writing F sine pi minus beta. So along the x-axis, this component, this axis and this component both are having the same direction, so we can write like Fx is equal to F sine pi minus beta, and on that point x-axis going outside, that from this point is going outside, and that force component is coming inside, so both the direction are opposite to each other. So Fy will be equal to, so minus sign will arrive over here like F cos pi minus beta. Next example. Example 3, in which we are having the base like this, and on which one component at that way. Here we took the x-axis along this line, and the y-axis along this line, and the one force acting on this, like F force is acting on this point like this. The angle between the F force with the horizontal axis, like sorry, with the x-axis, not can say horizontal, x is not horizontal at that time, so it is beta. So one component will be here like this, and one other component will be like this. This is F cos beta, this is F sine beta. So along the x-axis, fx is equal to, direction is the opposite, so minus sign will come over here like f cos beta. And along the y-axis, that component direction is opposite, so fy is equal to minus f sine beta. Example 4. Here we are having the component like this. Vertical axis like this and horizontal axis like this. F force is acting in this direction like this. This is having the angle, this is having the angle with the x-axis is beta, and it is having the angle with this line is alpha. While the evaluating the angle, we can shift that vector just parallel to this member, this parallel, and shift to the that point like this, as we did in the law of parallelogram. So we for that force vector we shift over here like this, so that will come like this, like this. It is having the angle like alpha. If that is the beta, this is alpha, so that will come like beta minus alpha. If we are having the force F with the angle of beta minus alpha, so that component will come is F cos beta minus alpha, and that vertical component the F sine beta minus alpha. So so direction of x and the component of that force, direction of y, component of that force, both are the same in both condition in the both axis. So fx is equal to f, so both the value will be the positive, f cos beta minus alpha, and fy f sine beta minus alpha. So the question is arriving over here, the arises like why we are taking the such kind of things, x-axis in this direction and this direction and sometimes in this direction. See, whenever we are doing the analysis work on the machine, and I'm saying that I'm standing on, like this is a any machine, here one component is there, I'm looking from this side, I'm saying you, it is the x-axis. It, see, this is the machine component on which we are doing the analysis. I'm saying that we are taking the x-axis along the component axis and y is perpendicular to this, and you are just standing over here from like this, and you are observing from this side. I'm saying it is the going direction like this, but it is just opposite to you. If I am drawing, so I may draw the coordinate like this, x and y, because I am standing over here like this. But you are standing like this, you may draw like this, like y axis, and it is the this is y and this is x. Then whenever we are doing the work, any solve any problem from the physics, then directly we will get the like x-axis is horizontal and y-axis is vertical. But when we are doing the work on the real problems, on that time we are not having the coordinate like same as x is horizontal and y is vertical. we are having the number of the component, the different angles. On that time we have to put the coordinate of that component, and each component having the individual coordinate. So we are putting that coordinate on that component and trying to see the orientation and the position of that part. So on that time we are having the different coordinate system, like that's why I took the x and y like this, and x is here, y is here. And in the last column, I took the x and y in this direction. X is in this and y in this direction at different angle. So we can directly, if we are having the such kind of things, in that way we can find out the component of that force and we can do the analysis on it. Let's solve one numerical problem on it, that then later on we can over that, like over this lecture. Like one eye bolt is subjected to two tensile forces shown in the figure. Determine the magnitude and direction of the resultant force. Like we are having one eye bolt like this, there is two forces is there, like we can draw through the pen. One F1 force is 600 Newton, which is having the 30 degree with horizontal axis, and one second force F2 is, which is having the 45 degree angle with vertical axis. We are going to split the component of that force. So Fx1, because Fx component of force 1 equal to F1 cos, this is assuming this is theta 1, this is theta 2, cos theta 1. Fy1 is equal to F1 sin theta 1. From this it is like this in this direction. See the y component, like force F2, its y components comes like this. Fy2 is equal to F2. The reference angle is 45 degree with the vertical axis, so cos component come over here, the cos theta 2, and in this direction we will get the Fx2 is equal to F2 sin 45, sorry, sin theta 2. We are writing like this. If we are writing the Fx1 is equal to F1 cos theta 1, so value of 1 is 600 Newton, cos theta 1 is 30 degree. Fy1 is F1 sin theta 1, F1 is 600 sin 30, like F2, Fx2 is equal to, this is direction is negative, minus F2 sin theta 2 this is minus value of f2 is given 400. Sorry, it's missed. It is f2 is 400 sine 45 and fy2 this is f2 cos theta 2 is equal to 400 cos 45. We can get the value of those things. Like 600 cos 30 is root 3 by 2, 600 1 by 2 minus 400 1 upon root 2, like 400 1 upon root 2, like this. Here we split the component of those forces, and here we need to calculate determine the magnitude. Magnitude means magnitude and direction of resultant forces. First we have to find out what is the resultant forces. The resultant forces summation of Fr. Actually here the horizontal vertical force is there, so first we have to calculate the resultant force in x direction. Frx resultant in x direction, so fx1 minus fx2 because the direction opposite. This is 600 root 3 by 2 minus 400 by root 2. We can solve it. That value will come like this, to 36.8 Newton. Summation of F R y is equal to both y having the same direction, so we will add both the values. .8 Newton. If we are calculating the resultant force, Fr is equal to, then the value of horizontal, like this is the resultant horizontal force Frx, this is Fry, then that will be the resultant of this Fr. So square of this plus this is the right angle, so Frx square plus Fry square, so to add together and took the square root of this, then we will get the value like this, 236.8 square plus 582.8 square to square root of this, then we will get the 629 Newton. And if it is the angle is theta degree, then theta is equal to tan inverse, this is 582.8 divided by 236.8, so that angle will be the 67.9 degree. Here we solve this problem with a scalar way. If we need to solve this in the same problem, we are going to solve in the vector way. So like component was fx, one was 600 cos 30, fy1 was 600 sin 30, fx2 was minus 400 sin 45, and phi2 was 400 cos 45. So if we need to take the f1, value of f1 was fx1 into unit vector plus fy1 into unit vector along this direction. So that will become the 600 cos 30 into I plus 600 sin 30 j. f2 is equal to minus 400 sin 45 I plus plus 400 cos 45 j, like this. Like for the resultant force, we are adding the both the vectors, vector this, vector this, and vector this. What will happen? This is the 600 cos 30 I plus 600 sin 30 j plus minus 400 sin 45 I plus 400 cos 45 j. Why we took the negative sign over here? Because direction was opposite to the x-axis. So we took the resultant of this, that will be the 236.8 I plus 582.8 j. This is the resultant force of it. See, and fr, we got the resultant force as this. See, we can also show these forces into the x and y direction. Like this magnitude is going along the x-axis, like I component, like 236.8, and this is going along the y-axis 0.8. So if we need to calculate the angle of that resultant force, then and we need to calculate the magnitude of this, then the fr, this magnitude of this is equal to 236.8 square plus 582.8 square, add together and took the square root, then we get the value is 629 Newton, like same we find in the earlier method. And the like same theta degree, tan theta is equal to 582 by h perpendicular upon base 236.8, then theta is equal to tan inverse 582.8 by 236.8, this. So I'm giving one review on this. In this lecture we study the resolution of forces. Was the definition. It is defined as the process of splitting the given force into the different component without changing its effect on the body is called resolution of forces. And we took a force at an angle of the theta degree with the horizontal axis. We split that force into the two components, the fx and fy. Value was the fx is f cos theta and f sin theta. We write in the vector form. Then we also write these components with the direction cosine. So fx equal to f cos theta x and fy is equal to f cos theta y. When we consider that theta is equal to theta x and 90 minus is equal to theta y. In that way, we written the component, both the component, and later on we prove the condition like cos square theta x plus cos square theta y is equal to 1, like this. And we took the 4 examples of the machine component would have the different angle. Then we split the forces in the components and took the value of this. And like for the second example, like this value. Like the third example, when it is suffering the external load F, which is having the beta degree angle with the x-axis, and we got the two magnitude like this and this. And also we discuss why we are taking the different coordinate at the different axis. Like sometimes we are taking the x-axis in the horizontal, and sometimes we are considering the x-axis in the y direction, in the vertical, and sometimes we are considering the axis in the right hand direction, sometimes we are considering the axis in the left hand direction. And because we are having the number of the components on the machines, they may have the any orientation. So for splitting, if any force is acting on it, then we need to split the forces according to this component. And and finally we move towards the one numerical problem. We solve that numerical problem in the scalar method and as well as in the vector form. So go through it and solve this problem properly. So that was the today's lecture. Thank you very much.